Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the local pundit. We are live. It's going to happen all day. Patty called it 5 p.m. 5 p.m. kickoff for a second signing of the day. What are we? Well. As you probably heard, there he is. Jay Rodriguez for Wrexham. There we go.
Does he look old to you?
No, he's a handsome guy. Look at him. He looks great.
He looks younger than Fletcher.
He looks younger than Fletcher. He's ready to go. We're gonna dive into it. We should have never got off, really. Honestly, I got enough to grab another liquid death. That's all I had time to do. But let's get into the notes here. And I have a suspicion what else is going on behind the scenes here too. And let's dive into it too.
Well, first thing for anybody who hasn't yet noticed, which is going to be the next news that we're waiting on, we now have too many squad players.
Yep. So let's do that real quick. Let's just dive in. By the way, bring us back live. Please smash a like on the video and subscribe to the Local Pundit. We are here going to break the news. That's what we do here with great intel from great people around. We have some with some good folks out there helping us out, which is great. So credit to all of them too. You know who you are. Here we go. Let's do it. Patty, don't sleep. Wrexham signed Jay Rodriguez for Wrexham. Wrexham AFC are delighted to announce the signing of former England and Premier League striker Jay Rodriguez from Burnley for an undisclosed fee. We'll dive into that a little bit. He's 35 years old. He arrives with experience at the highest level of professional game, with 250 Premier League games and earning an England cap in 2013. It's a couple of years ago. He said on the statement says, I'm made up to join the club. I can't wait to get on the training pitch and meet everyone. I hope I can use my experience to help every single player in the squad and gain something from the group as well. To join the story that has evolved as Wrexham with clear targets is as exciting to me. He went on to say, there's Phil Parkinson. I'm delighted to welcome Jay Rodriguez to the club. He's an experienced striker with a real quality, and we're looking forward to working with him. Paddy Power. What the F? What say you?
Yes, sir. Good. This is what everybody was crying out for now that we are close enough to fight for that automatic spot.
Yep.
So what I will say is now there can be no talk of the club not being willing to push. Of course, people can always argue about other players, different players, but I don't think you can ask for more from the club in the window to push towards that top 2 spot.
Yep, not right now. I mean, there he is right there. 1 second. There he is right there in the kit. Awesome. Another man bun. Good lettuce. That's good lettuce right there for him. I'm going to say it right now. Palmer and or Mullen is going. I'm doing it.
I do not want Palmer to go. I do not. Okay. We need him on the bench.
Really?
Yep.
Another striker. Go ahead. Tell us why.
Because what the hell happens if Smith gets injured? We're back in the same problem with before these signings. If Palmer got injured,
what if it doesn't matter? What if it doesn't? What if it doesn't matter? Meaning, like, what if he wants to go? What if there's what if? Wow. Okay.
Now I'm going on the assumption that Parky is changing nothing, because I don't believe he is. So if you want to make the 2% argument that Parky is changing everything up for the remainder of the season and changing tactics and changing formations or whatever you want to try, that's fine. I don't see it happening. So if he is not doing that, I have always said we need an upgrade on Palmer, but we still need a Palmer to be on the bench just in case. So I don't want him going.
Okay. So you would rather have Mullen leave the club than Paul?
Yes. In a heartbeat, because we have multiple people trying to get that role. And it's an easier role to replace in the summer.
Patty wants to make friends in the chat. He wants to make friends in the chat for sure. I'm kidding. It's a fair take.
But if Mullen goes, we have Marriott. If something happens to Marriott, we can always try Lee. Fall as well. It has potential to play that role. We have some cover there. So even Longman can play there.
Longman
Even
can play there too.
McLean has played there on occasion.
Uh-huh.
So we have cover there if we get bad injuries.
Okay.
It may not be the perfect situation,
Well,
but considering how we work through Palmer, like it or not, we need two in that role, and right now we don't have it. Fall is not good enough according to not getting minutes, not getting opportunities from Parky. So we have no number two. Now we have a number two. If Palmer starts sitting benched, and Smith starts taking that role over and it works, we need him just in case.
Okay. All right. So let's take a real quick look right here. Morning. Great to sign a striker. 2 strikers today. Trustin Parky. Can we win the league? Who knows? But the excitement is there. All right,
let's not get crazy.
Mary, we love the super chat. That is very sweet and nice. Can we win the league? Birmingham City really need to turn Ferguson real quick. And we'll see. But can we get second? Absolutely. Let's take a quick look at Jay Rodriguez. Thank you very much for the super chat again. Let's take a quick look at Jay Rodriguez. So 185, 5, 9, 10, something like that. I don't know what that is in American. I'm joking, obviously. 2 goals, no assists. He started 8 games, played 20 matches in the championship. There you go. He is 35 years old. He does have bags and bags of experience in the Prem, in the championship. He is, he's been around a bit. He's got that Fletcher head on him as well. There's his goals. One of them, obviously both were inside the box, 13 shots, 2 goals. He's played 742 minutes. Hasn't played that much this season. We're not getting a Sam Smith type player. We're getting an impact player, right? Can we say that?
Well, yeah, no, we're getting a Palmer type player.
Well, 185.
Yeah, but he can play and hold up the ball too. Oh no, yeah. Look, we'll see. Yeah, impact player, yeah, fine. But do you know the one thing that instantly pop that back up again? Have a look at the graphic on the right hand side.
Right here.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. What's the biggest one?
Defensive actions.
79%. Is that not Parky all over or what?
That is so much Parkinson in there. It's crazy. By the way, he was a midfielder for a long time, so he must have went up front just because, right? I think he was.
Of course, it's a Parky pick.
So that means Palmer can go. That means Palmer can go. Palmer's going to come to my house and strangle me. Literally, just like, hey, get out. He's good.
No, yeah. In fairness, Sam Smith should be taken over from Palmer potentially. So if that works, then yeah, he's on the other side. But he doesn't score very many for a striker. But again, he's not getting 90 minutes.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not.
But Burnley are. I think are they top of the league? Where are they? Hold on. I just want to see where they are in the league. Just not that it really matters, but I just want to see the table. Yeah, they're third. I mean, they're third. They're primed to be competing. They're not going to keep a 35-year-old. So it's good for us and good for them. It's good business. Undisclosed fee. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
I don't believe it was a big fee.
Yeah, I mean, what do we have over here? Did it say anything anywhere else on it? And I doubt it. They're all kind of repetitive, I think.
No, the only rumor was 15,000 a week, which is a lot.
Fine. Yeah, but he's got the experience. Parker said, "I'm delighted to welcome Jay to the club. He's an experienced striker with real quality. We're looking forward to working with him." So I don't think he's on a plane because that looks like he's in a dark room somewhere. He's probably not on the plane going down. Or maybe he's going to meet him there tomorrow. Who knows? But I don't think he's. Is he I don't think he's registered in time to play tomorrow. Not that he would.
No, probably not. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. J-Rod and Smith can both play Palmer role. No reason to keep Palmer. I mean, this is the argument's going to run, and we'll know soon enough because the transfer window does close on Monday, so we'll know what's going on here too. Goofy Splat says, J.R. Smith, Fall, and Fletch, it would only make sense to see Palmer go. If he kicked up a storm, you never know. You never know.
Okay, fair enough. If J.R. and Smith can both play the role, yes, you can let Palmer go. But they have not trained. They have not been part of the team. They are both new.
Yeah.
It's still really crazy to let him go, because even if it's a simple case of he should be training with the team in order to do the drills and show the guys exactly what he wants, then he should be there for that.
Okay. Sorry to cut you off. I just messaged Nathan Salt.
Okay.
He might come on.
Okay, cool.
He is in the middle of something right now. He said, if he ends up back home in a little bit, I'll let you know. Okay, cool. We are here.
Yeah.
We are here. So he is the one that was talking about the Palmer stuff. It is on his X, and he's a good dude. I just messaged him, and he just messaged me back. So we'll see. I don't know if anyone's understanding close. This is why I reached out to him about the Palmer stuff. He said, understand, this is from Nathan. Multiple clubs have made inquiries about Ollie Palmer this afternoon after the arrival. No decision has been made yet. Talks continuing for the player for the club. So that is what's going on. That's why I reached out to Nathan Salt. So if he comes on, awesome stuff. That'd be great for everybody, right?
Yeah, it would. I've no problem with Palmer going. If the club is comfortable that the two new boys can do it, fine, no problem.
What's to say about our midfield too? A little bit. What are we gonna? What do you think?
Yeah, the midfield is an interesting one. It really is, because we're bypassing them all the time anyway. And if we're not going to start playing through them, then what difference does it make?
Yeah.
If we're not going to change and actually play more through the midfield, then skip them.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the end of the transfer window. But having said that, Parky loves a defender. It would be really interesting to see if they already decide that Scar is not working as the number one. If you say that the two boys are both not working to the absolute that we need, could we pull off another defender? Yeah.
Well, that means you got to get rid of Boyle, and you got to get rid of Boyle, and you got to get rid of what the hell's his name? Bolton.
Yeah, well, look, we can just sit them. So then it's just a money issue. You got to pay them if you sit them. So
yeah. So under comment bets, 10 out of 10 so far. Great work. Well, let's see. I mean, okay. I like the moves we're making. I like what's going on here.
It all helps. It's all solid. I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10. I don't think it's amazing. They're nice, solid signings. I like them all.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of chatter about Mullen leaving. I don't know. There's a lot of chat about Mullen leaving.
Yeah, I always assumed with Mullen, when he took that extra contract and when the club gave him the extra contract, that meant he's happy to sit the bench. And he's happy to be with us forever.
Yeah.
Essentially. Which I thought was a possibility, considering his family situation. That he's comfortable, he can make good money, and if he has to ride the bench in order to stay near his family and keep his work-life balance, so be it. But maybe not. Maybe he's not happy not being number one, and maybe he didn't think we were going to bring people in and dump him to the bench.
Well,
and maybe he was just assuming, like any positive person would, I'm going to come back from injury and I'm going to be 100% and I'm going to keep my place. And it didn't happen. And maybe he wants first team football.
Matt Al's. I don't know. Palmer and Mullen are out.
I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't be against it. But none of them are being forced out.
Well, we talked.
They have to want to go.
Before we got off earlier, after we got off, you and I we were chatting for a brief moment there too. I would worry about, this is what my thought process is. I would worry about what the backlash would be. You lost Mullen. I mean, Palmer maybe a little bit less, but like I worry about the backlash. We got rid of our striker, our favorite striker, the guy we love. You know what I mean? That's what what would that look like? But they gotta think about that, or they don't. You're right. If he wants to play and he got his team,
I do think it's a weird one, given the contract, given that we just re-signed him. That makes it a little bit weird. Yeah. And Elizabeth had a comment there, was it?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to keep up with the thing.
Yeah. Was it Elizabeth? Yeah. Eventually, Wrexham won't offer Mullen another contract. Then he'll have to go. But we just gave him a brand new contract for like 3 years. He's here till 27. So that's my point. He can sit for another two years plus the remainder of this season and take the money and be comfortable and happy. And then go back to National League if he wants to at that point. Or, you know what I mean? Or whatever is suitable at the time if he wants to continue playing football.
Well, he's clearly shuffling the deck. He's clearly shuffling the deck, which is so, I mean, we all can attest, he's clearly shuffling the deck, which is so un-Parky-like. So is it coming from the top? You know what I mean? But he's all like the Jay Rodriguez signing is a mercenary. I said this in a good way. A mercenary 6-month signing, get us up. You know what I mean? Anything else? Moving out Mullen and moving Palmer, we have to clear the deck somehow. We have to do that. I don't know what that's going to be. But the talisman, I mean, if this is the one we talked about earlier, Mullen to Port Vale. I mean, we'll see.
From a club perspective, I am very happy if Mullen is comfortable enough to leave and take first team football elsewhere and save us his paycheck. Because we have given Mullen the opportunity to sit here for plus the next 2 years, and Lee as well. And if they're not good enough to even get on the bench soon enough, then so be it. We have to pay their wages. Mm-hmm. Players have done it in the past with other teams. And I know we can afford a hefty chunk for wages. But if Mullen was willing to go and pass that up, even if we were nice about it and said we'll give you a sweetener and we'll pay you out $3,000 a week for the remainder of your contract, just a little bonus for saving us some money and leaving, whatever.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just
plus as well. You have to consider we will receive something from the other club,
honestly,
because he's in contract with us. So there's balancing to be done there.
I'm texting with Richard Williams now too. He can't come on, but maybe we're still waiting on Nathan Salt to see if he's okay to come in.
Yeah, so they're saying in there as well the Jay Rodriguez is an 18-month contract.
Is it?
I believe so. I've heard that multiple times, but I haven't seen where it has come from. But that would make sense anyway, because if we have paid something for him, 18 months sounds fine.
That's fine. That's up to the end of next year, which is fine. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which is fine.
Even if he plays a bit part next year, that's fine.
Yeah. This is the talk about Sam Smith, $2 million club record fee. I still don't believe $2 million. Maybe
I don't believe that.
And then this one right here with Jay, we just confirmed that one too, obviously. But $2 million, I'm surprised with that. Carol says this is all fascinating. Yeah, it's moving pretty fast. Sorry, I'm distracted because I'm trying to just keep up with the messages that are coming in to see if we can get some of these guys in. We'll see here. Sorry, it is going a little fast here. But I mean, all in all, I think these are good moves. I do like your thought about the defender. If they don't think Scar is enough in the back, that's an interesting one too. It's a very interesting one. And this, by the way, I don't think will happen. Put him in the cup games. I think he'll lose his shit.
I'm sure he'll play in them. But the question is, we're not very far off in the cup games from playing our first team, because very soon we're close enough to be trying to win the cup. Yeah. And I don't care what anyone says, even if it is the Bag of Donuts cup. Yeah. A cup is a cup. Once you get close enough, then you play to win. So we've only 3 rounds left in that, I think.
Yeah, I think we need to start taking it seriously if we get through it. I didn't want to be in it because I wanted to focus on the league. I mean, because it's certain things were happening. I was like, now that we're doing some business, I think it's different. I mean, I'm more excited about obviously right now to see what Smith looks like. And I want to see if they're going to make any more shuffling going on. Also, the other news that broke today too, this is officially on Burton Albion. That is JJ, who has left the club as well to clear some space. He's going to be with Dad Bod, and
so we better be looking at winning that 3-2 then.
Well, You know they're going to come. They're going to come for us. Yep.
Yeah.
Also, we have another. Just give us thumbs up when you're ready in your background there. Awesome. Dude, good to go.
Good to go.
There we go. What's going on, my friend?
Evening.
Evening.
Morning, afternoon, whatever it is.
Whatever it is, yeah. Catching up with a fire hose today. Fire hose.
I'm going to say, have you signed about half a new team yet?
We're trying.
Trying.
We're trying. We're going to come for you.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
So I didn't get my dates confused. Is it April 1st there?
Look, there you go. Mary says, basically, we're coming for you. We're coming for you.
Bit far behind for that, I think.
What do you think about the movement today?
I like Sam Smith deal. I think that's a decent one.
Yeah.
I won't lie, the Rodriguez one doesn't make sense to me. I mean, 18-month contract, but I don't see him replacing Palmer because I think Palmer gives you more minutes. Rodriguez is another Fletcher. He's an impact sub.
Yeah.
And you've already got Fletcher for that. So yeah, I'm a bit sort of, I'm not quite sure where he fits in. Don't get me wrong, he's played at an extremely high level. He's very good at what he does. But yeah, it's a bit of an odd one, I would say. I would have thought you needed somebody with a bit more legs, shall we say.
I agree with that. I'm just trying to see if there's any. Go ahead.
Well, the danger with Fletcher is his knees are an issue, and he's just barely hanging on as it is as well. So
Yeah,
any match could put him out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I'll be honest though, Rodriguez is pretty much same boat. If I'm honest, he's gone through some horrific injuries with his knees in recent years.
Yeah.
So I mean, let's face it, it's a signing that says we're going to try and go for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, they're showing some of his goals here. You know, he's younger here. It's not indicative of who he is now, right? I mean, this is not the same guy. But I don't know. This is Southampton. We played there, but you're right. We're going for it. We're definitely going for it. You know.
Oh,
yeah. And he's got experience. You know, that's all I can. He's got experience. He doesn't have the legs. You're right. We've been kicking around. There's rumors going on that Mulls and Palmer could be leaving. Do you see that happening?
Yeah, if I'm honest. I mean, football's cruel, isn't it? I mean, there's no romance in football, and there's no loyalty in football. As much as we would all love it to be, let's face it. If you improve your front line, you are going to look to get rid of the weaker players. Just how it works, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And let's face it, if you're bringing in players which management and people at the club feel are better than the likes of Mullen and that, well, then there always has to be a financial decision or question asked somewhere down the line, that you're not just going to keep players who are never going to play. If every player has a value, if you can actually get some money and get them out of the club, well, that's what you're going to try and do, isn't it? You know, irrespective of whether the player wants to stay or not, you're going to try and not force them out of the club, but you're going to try and push them in that direction.
Mm-hmm. You got that one there. Sorry, Chris. JR is going to make this league look like League One players, like non-league players. He knows what he's doing. I mean, I've only seen him play, you know, in the Prem, but you know, he's 35. You know, he's 35 years old, and apparently both Smith and JR are eligible to play tomorrow. Is that true? Did they get him in time? It must be. I mean, I don't know.
As long as they've signed the registration documents and everything before 12 o'clock midday today, then in theory, I believe they are able to play tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. My thought is, you know, we were talking to Patty about this too, shuffling the bench. You know, how many? We can only have 7 on the bench, 6 or 5? I'm not sure.
7, I think. Yeah, because it's the rule that's actually killed us this season. Because in the Championship, I think you're allowed 9. You can name 9 on your bench, and League One and below is 7. So it sounds silly. It's only 2 players, but it does make a huge difference to your options that you can put on. So yeah, it's. But yeah, I mean, it's like anything, isn't it? This is the business end of the season. Your squad is everything. Your bench is everything. You know, it's not about just 11 players. It's about the bench. It's about those players that, if you're in a tight game, who can you bring on to win that game? Or who, if you're trailing, who can you bring on to change the game to get back in it? I would say these signings are sort of done in mind of, okay, we haven't quite had the options available to change things.
Could they push for Wickham for the last automatic promotion spot? Oh yeah,
that's the point. Absolutely, we're going for the second spot. We're going to try and push Wickham to the end.
Yeah, I mean, did Wickham are refusing the Kone deal? They're trying to keep him. I don't blame them for that. But I mean, they've actually been the most consistent team all season. Even, I mean, you guys are obviously great, but I would say they've been the most consistent team all season. Does that sound right?
I think probably until the last month or so, yes, that probably was true. I think the last month or so they've gone a bit up or down. Wickham's let's face it, Wickham is the big question mark in this entire division right now. There's huge questions as a manager. There's a lot of rumours that Evatt might go in at Wickham, which will be crazy, I would say. He got sacked from a team that can't quite get in the playoffs to go to second. They've got that. I think I put it in the Discord. They've recently got that loan player that went back to West Brom, who was one of their main centre backs, back on loan. So he's gone back to Wickham. So that's a good bit of business. If they do keep hold of Kone, that's a game changer because he's having the season of his career. So yeah, it's like I said, it's a huge question mark, isn't it? If Kone leaves and manager comes in, it could all fall apart quite quickly. If they get a decent manager in and Kone stays, they could potentially keep pushing us.
Which is good for you guys to keep pushing. You know what I mean? It worked with us with Notts County when we were coming up, but you want to see. I want to see us, and I want to see 1 and 2 in us, and the playoffs scare me. Carolyn HR, thank you for the super chat. So do you start Marriott and Smith and have Rodriguez and Fletch off the bench? Double impact subs, so intense. I mean, another chat there too. I want to get your thoughts, both of you guys. Obviously, we push JM back into the midfield. I mean, he did start as a midfielder. Am I correct? He has played there.
That to me or Paddy?
Either way,
I don't know about JM, but he's a striker now, isn't he? I don't think so. I mean, the one thing getting these forwards in, the one thing it is, I bet Parkinson will be pleased about is it will allow to give Marriott the time to be right. I know he's looked sharp and that, but you get any player that comes off a leg break, there is going to be a degree of he's got to get back to a level of where he was before. With these players, you would imagine now there's not going to be the pressure on that. If you aren't scoring goals, he's going to have to come back in. Now you're going to have Rodriguez and you're going to have Smith, so you can take your time with him and make sure that when he does get reintroduced starting games, he's 100% ready to start games.
Yeah. Yeah, the question is when Smith is ready within our team to start as our first position. Because the question there, do you bring on Smith and Rodriguez off the bench together? Two brand new people, not had time with the team yet. And maybe Longman. For now, maybe and Longman as well, maybe for now. But we do, after this match tomorrow, have 2 weeks without a match. So it is, well, bar the cup, obviously, but without a league match. So we have a bit of time there to figure out how everything's working. But I think Smith will start as soon as possible.
I think you throw him right in. The big question is, can Parky learn how to use these weapons? And I mean, that's the one thing my concern is about. John,
a little harsh.
I suppose the big question is, it's going to sound a bit daft, but is he making these signings in the sense of, is he the one pushing for these, or is people above him saying, right, we're going to push the boat out and we're going for this? I suppose the tell will be in the team sheets, won't it? If it takes, I don't know, 3-4 games before these guys get introduced, like starting games, I would possibly say that maybe they might have been more pushed on him. If somebody like Smith comes straight in, you'd say, well, then that's clearly the manager's call. I mean, Parky is a habit. He's a manager of habit, isn't he? He doesn't really change.
Yeah, I agree with your idea that, and yes, that would normally be true, but every sign that we have had is that these are Parky's call. We don't have anybody of a footballing mindset above him telling him what to do anywhere. Not really. Not to be pushing individual players on him, or any of this. Like, so, yeah, I think these are his, but even players that he has been picking the whole way along, he has waited before bringing them in.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that changed after a loss, a draw, and a loss, and he was fuming after the last one. So, is he willing to rip players out to prove a point? Bring in the new players, give them an immediate shot? Maybe. I could see that this time. But it's not unheard of for him to bring players in and not start them for 2 weeks. So that's not unusual.
Well, this is a short runway for us.
I was going to say, you could flip it around the other way. I mean, Parky is not daft. He's not a stupid manager, is he? He realizes that a repeat of what your last couple of games in the next 3 games,
and we're screwed with second, yeah.
And second's gone.
Yeah.
So he kind of, you know, he's not stupid. He's going to sit there and go, well, these players might be the difference maker that we can get back on track in the next 3 games. So then he might, suddenly play them. You'll find out at, 2:00 tomorrow afternoon, I guess, won't you?
Yeah.
So.
Well, the good news is that's going on right now. We're in the middle of a transfer window, and he can make the changes. That's the good news. You know, after that loss the other day, which was crushing in ways, it's like he's able to get right back on the bike, get some players in, and clear the deck a little bit too, which I think we will know. And I think that he's going to play him. Hey, Michael, how you doing? One thing too, I just want to bring this up. Obviously, James Jones did go to Burton Albion. His quote says, "I know what it's like. I know what it's going to take this season. I've been involved in the relegation battles and promotion battles, so I played in those high pressure games. But I look forward to him. So good luck to him. By the way, we did move him on, and I think that's a good move for him. You know, I think it's a really good move for him. So, clearing those decks." Is good and bring players in. Do we think we're done? I don't know. Do we have to move out 2 players right now?
One.
We have to move out 1 player, 1 more.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not hard though, in fairness.
I mean,
not from the 22 list.
Mm-hmm. Even alone, right?
It just means sitting someone that we haven't played. There are multiple players in our 22 that are not playing. And not getting time. So we can easily drop someone out and just pay their wages. Like, if we can move them on, great. But the 22 is not a particular issue. But right now, someone has to go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know it was last season, but when we brought in McLean, he was straight into the team. So it's not impossible to start the season. Yeah, I think he's gonna start people tomorrow. I think Smith's gonna start. I just have a feeling.
Yeah, and interestingly, that's a fairly good comparison. The small difference with that was outside of the transfer window. That was the extra spot that we had kept open in our 22, and we had bad results immediately when we started the season. So Parky filled that spot, brought James in later, and then immediately played him. Slightly different scenario, but it does actually have kind of similarities to what just happened. We've just had a run of bad form, but we happen to be in the window. Yeah. So if he needs an immediate change, then yes, it's very similar to the idea of what happened with McLean. I
don't agree with the Scar thing. That's just me. I like Scar as a player, but that's just me. We'll know more tomorrow. You're right, John. We'll know, Patty. We'll know 3 o'clock tomorrow. We'll know what's going to go. That's just the start of it too. Let's see if there are any real changes tomorrow. Being cynical, I can't get excited until I see something different. Cautiously optimistic. All right. I mean, everyone's there, right there. I get it. And Mary wants Longman to start tomorrow. Did we ask you about Longman? Did we chat about Longman, John?
Oh, the journeyman.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did before it happened, and then you've put in plenty of comments on him in between.
Yeah, the journeyman 20.
Yeah, he's a good squad player, isn't he? That's the way I would explain it. You know, I don't think he's necessarily going to come in and set the world on fire like Barnett does for you guys and get loads of assists and everything. I think he'll be a steady Eddie where he'll fill in gaps here and there and he'll do a good job. He's one of those players that he'll play, he'll get 7 out of 10, you won't notice him.
Oh man, it's going to be an interesting one. I mean, this is all fun. I mean, are you guys making any moves? Are you guys staying pat?
We're after a left back for cover because Buchanan got season-ending injury, so we've only got Cochrane as our only natural left back in the squad. So it's a open secret. We're looking for a left back to come in as cover, unless something extraordinary becomes available. I think that'll be it. I think we have got room for one more if we wanted to do. Bearing in mind if we were to get a left back, we do have room for one more, but it would have to be somebody which isn't available right now, which came out the blue. So I only really see us signing a left back as cover, and I think we'll loan a few out. I think a lot of rumours that one of our young lads who came through the academy or is come through the academy, Alfie Chang, he did a horrific knee injury last season. He had just sort of broke into the bench in the championship, and he needs game time to get back fit. And I think the young superstar Japanese winger we've got, who, bless him, he can't really get on the bench at the moment. So there's a lot of rumours that he might go out on loan, hopefully to another League One side, probably mid to lower end down. So to just get some games, because he needs game time now. He makes sort of fleeting substitute appearances, but can't get anything consistent together.
No, I mean, it's going to be a busy. I think it's going to be a busy next couple of days. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But no, it's an interesting day so far. Did we get Smith in time? Yes, he can play tomorrow. Welsh Run. He can play tomorrow. Welsh Run. Who do you guys have tomorrow?
We have Aaron's favourite side at home, Rotherham.
Rotherham. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
awesome. I wonder if I was going to do a really good job. Okay, I have no idea. All right. Anything else we got to add to that? I mean, it seems like, making signings. If anything else breaks, we'll be there. Patty, John, we can keep going if we think there should be more signings. But if we do, we'll break it. But yeah.
Yeah, I could see this being the end of it, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone else came in.
Deadline day's mad, isn't it? Because everything just happens on deadline day. Suddenly, players which have not been in the conversation for the entire month, all of a sudden on deadline day, become available, and then there's a mad scramble for everything. So, yeah, it just depends whether you've got the ducks in a row in the room to do it and the time to do it in. So, the thing is, I think the thing that we as fans always forget is transfers aren't quick. So. When we say deadline day, realistically, we're probably talking, if something's going to happen deadline day, clubs kind of agree or have done most of the talking already. So it's like Sunday evening, Monday morning at the very latest. So even though there's a mad panic on the evening of deadline day, the moves have actually already happened early in the day, which then everyone sort of does get whiffed off. So
yeah, it's a lot of discussions where, well, we might sell him to you if something else happens. So the discussions have happened. In principle, you've agreed fees and stuff, but something else has to happen first, and then the dominoes start falling on the final day. Yeah, and then
and then of course you have the lastminute.com ones where who knows, Luton might come in to Wickham at 10 o'clock on Monday and say here's 10 million, and then all of a sudden we can go, what are we going to do?
Then it's, then it's like there you go. I mean, they're putting it out there too. A 2-time promotion winner with an international pedigree. Yeah, this is obviously happened, but yeah, we'll do that. But we'll see. It's going to run. This is great. John, if you're around on Monday, you're obviously come on in and hang out with us. We're gonna do a big long show. So
yeah, should be around.
Oh, Matt's back. What do you got? There you go. Matt's back. What do you got for us now, Matt? What do you got?
Who's sold now? Not training. Come on.
Yeah, who's not training? Who's busted up? What's going on? Yeah. Hold on. She actually just sent me a message. Okay. Nice. By the way, we got JJ Watt. JJ Watt owns Burnley. So yeah.
It's not Tom Brady though, is it?
It's not Tom Brady. It isn't Tom Brady. But all right, we'll get on it. If anything else breaks, we will be live as we are. John, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Please smash a like, and we hope that we both go up now. We'll see. It's not over yet. It's gonna be a mad dash for the 24 hours. 48 hours. Is that right? 48? How long? What day is it? I don't know what fucking day it is.
Oh, sure, we got a weekend. 3 days, 72.
You got a game first, Josh. Come on.
I know. I know. All right. Awesome. All right. Thanks for coming in. And again, smash a like. And on that bombshell, we will see you all.